Information Network. It's the win.
All right, get it up, girls. This is your money maker. This is your money maker right here. All right, good job. All right. Thank you, thank you. So, did you know that's your money maker? This is your money maker right here. I know what you're thinking, but it's not that. Seriously. How many of you know about chakras? Okay, this is, even if you don't, just listen for a sec. This is your second chakra. This is where your love, your sensuality, your money, prosperity comes from. This is where you vibrate it. So every morning when you wake up, what are you going to do? Shake your money maker. Okay? It gets it moving. That's not what I was going to talk about today. You guys, you've inspired me. I have just been so overjoyed to be here and to meet a lot of you, and I intend to meet many of you more, and to hear all these speakers. And it is true, you guys have an essence. You have an essence that's just phenomenal. So I just want to ask you a question. How many of you work for money? How many of you want your money to work for you? Yes. Okay, so they said, hey, this is a prosperity conference. So I thought I'd talk about money, but they call me a communications and relationship expert. But I'm also an expert in my own life, just like you are. So I want to just say that cash is your employee. You are not the slave. Do you give your power away? No. Do you? Sometimes we give our power away to money. Yes? So, yes, we are the master. Okay? Cash is our employee, and I like to call it cash. Everybody say it with me. Cash. Okay. So, how many of you want to have more of it? How many of you have a strategy for retirement? Okay. Is it going to work? Okay. First of all, before I go on about this, I'm going to give you a lot of things today, a lot of experiences. I'm all about experiential. I'm not a talking head, because you discover things about yourself. And what I do in all my workshops and everywhere I go around the world, I hold a sacred space for all of you to learn and discover who you are and how important you are, and that you make a difference. That's my goal. Okay? So, but let me tell you a little bit about me. Not so many years ago, I was bankrupt. I'd lost all my businesses. Okay? I divorced. I had a 2.5-year-old son. I was living in a car down by the river. Not really, but I was living in a car. Okay? I had one door that didn't work and one headlight. And I was like, thinking I was something, walking around in my little car. I was teaching workshops. Yes, prosperity. Yes, this is everything you need to know. Yes, yes, yes. And I felt like I wasn't getting it, but I knew these principles worked. I knew everything I'm going to share with you today works. I knew it. I believed it. And I had people around me that kept reminding me of how important I was, how much to love myself, to believe in myself, all those things. And we've created a community, just like you have with WPN, of the Healing Forest is what I call it. It's my nonprofit. And the Healing Forest is a Native American term where you take a sick tree and you nurse it back to health and you put it back into a sick forest. What can happen to that tree? It could get sick again. Not that I believe that any of us are sick, but many of us just forget. We just forget that we do have the power. Okay, so it helps to have a healing forest around us like you've created with WPN. They are your healing forest. And I want to join in this healing forest because we have thousands of people all around the world that are in this community. So that's how I basically went from where I was there, and then now, I never gave up, and I never don't. I still don't. I don't give up. I don't give up. I don't give up. That's a picture of a frog choking the crane. Right? How many of you have ever felt like you were in that position? So the lesson, if you take nothing else with you today, choke a crane. No, I'm kidding.